Hi, can we tell you an embarrassing story? This might be one of the hidden reasons, the not talked about reasons why there's a high employee or even customer turnover rate in your business. And hint, it's not about the job and it's not about how good help is hard to find these days. So my name is Sarah, and this is my husband, Russell.
I'm Russell.
And we've been in business pretty much since we got married. And then we bought a wine shop, and then we scaled it and turned it into a shipping and bar retail megalith. And then we sold it and retired for a little while. But we did that for over 10 years and learned a thing or two about partnerships. And it wasn't always smooth sailing. We had a couple disagreements.
Just a couple.
All right, we had fights. We fought, especially in the beginning. But we worked it out. So, yeah.
So one day in particular that I can remember, this is I am not proud of this. Most of the time we kept our shit at home, which by the way sucks to work all day and then come home and argue about work.
Yeah, like date nights were the best.
Yeah. So, but no, this one day, I remember this day. It was a Saturday, and we had a wine tasting every Friday and Saturday, and Sarah and I were staffing this one. We did have some help sometimes, but in this case, it was just me and her. And this group of, it was a light day. There wasn't a lot of people, but this group of, I think 4 people came in. Maybe it was 6. It might have been 6. It was, a small group. They sat down, and Sarah was doing something on one part of the store, and I was in another part of the store doing something, and neither one of us wanted to help them. I don't know.
Done. We're just DUN today.
And it was kind of like, you help them. No, you help them. And they sat there for kind of too long, and then...
and you can hear everything in that store.
Too small.
Everything. There is no soundproof magic bubble wall.
Yeah, and oh gosh, I don't know who, we both, it was back and forth. We were just kind of bickering back and forth, and neither one of us wanted to help them. And finally they started to notice, and one of the group had that body language oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This place sucks. These people suck. They don't even like us. They don't even want us here. And I could just see it in her body language. And I don't remember which one of us actually went over and helped them, honestly. But we did it. And that lady, I remember that group. I think it had to have been 5 or 6 people, because she was the only one that was upset about it. And she stayed upset until she left. She was probably still upset afterwards. The rest of them were like, yeah, I know, but who cares? But it only takes that one to, and we knew, Yelp was around.
We were being brats.
I mean, service industry, we live and die by reviews. And I don't think we got a bad review off of that, but I was terrified. I was waiting for it. So, but yeah, that was bringing some shit to work day.
Yeah. It was hard too when you're tired and you have not much to give, but you're still open. And you're the ones working, and it can even be staff that, you still have to be there and train somebody or whatever it is. But I also have a story from the employee's perspective. So one of my first jobs, I was an assistant at a company run by a husband and wife team. And they split the work, and she was mostly in the office and he mostly did the calls. And I was mostly her assistant, but I worked for both of them. And we worked out of their house. That was the office. So I get it. You're saving money where you can, and why spend money on square footage that, whatever, just do it in the house. Well, that's because that's where their kids are. That's where life's happening. And I got to be right in the thick of it. And I remember days, multiple days, where they always fought. They would fight in the kitchen, which was right next to me in the living room / office for the company. It was really uncomfortable. I felt like a kid going through my parents' divorce or something. It's not what I mean, work is already work. And the last thing I need is to hear a couple of people hating on each other. So it was also really uncomfortable. And I didn't quit over that. I didn't quit at all, actually, but I left and started a business with this guy. But it just it made it already harder. It made a working environment really not inspiring or pleasant. It made earning $1 even harder to just be around that atmosphere. So that's how an employee is feeling. And if you have a company where it's maybe just you and your husband working through it, that's difficult, and you could be fighting and alienating your customers. So you're not worried about staff. But if you have a bigger company where you have staff, you're probably alienating them too, and not quite even realizing it. Or like, well, we bicker a couple times, but it's not really that big a deal. It's a big deal. Trust us.
It is. If you have a company with a partner that you're with, and you're both working in that company, think about how much your relationship together impacts your relationship with your employees and your customers. We just shared a couple of stories from our personal lives. We've been coaching other businesses, and I've run across businesses where, it's just plain to everybody. And there's something about this thing that nobody will talk about. If you're an employee of a company and the people running the company are constantly arguing and fighting with each other, you're dreading going to work every day, but you're not really in a position to bring it up and say, hey guys, do you know you're making this a really crappy work environment?
They probably will never tell you. They'll quit.
No, and customers either. They're not going to say anything.
Because it's a personal thing. And even if you're not married, I think you made a great point. Even if it's just a business partnership, you're not married, you're just business partners, it's still the same.
Absolutely. Really think about that. If you do have a business partner, whether that's your spouse or not, or some sort of situation, and there's a lot of strife and friction in that leadership relationship. Really, it's that leadership relationship. There's confusion, there's doubt, there's just anxiety all around. Mm-hmm. And I'm a numbers guy, I'm a data guy. The math shows that your business is being hurt by that strife in your business, and you have the power to change it. It's definitely hurting you. If you have employee turnover higher than it needs to be, think of how much that costs you. Training, the time to hire, if you get an employee upset enough that it goes to court or anything like that happens, that's expensive. Everybody needs a long-term employee who's very happy where they're working and has room to grow. If your leadership relationship is breaking that, holy crap. And think about the customers too. I don't want to go somewhere where it's like my parents are getting divorced. Already did that as a kid. So don't need to go somewhere like that. Nobody does. So think about how important that is to your bottom line. I think it's...
And not just maybe, sorry.
Go ahead.
And not just money, but your time and your energy in your body. I mean, this is why... one of the main reasons why we burnt out so fast.
Absolutely.
We didn't have the leadership skills. We were still working on our partnership skills. And so we were having higher employee turnover rate, and it was exhausting. I would almost rather just pay to have it solved, because it was so exhausting finding the right fit. And then I didn't know that I'm also just shortening that lifespan with the lack of skills I have in these other areas.
So since we sold that business, we've been learning the science behind relationships. And, it's not about counseling. It's not about our wisdom from our, experiences. I don't trust that, honestly. I trust science. I trust the data. I trust the research. And that's what we've been learning about. So
I love the science too, but I also love not science. So I know he's like the hard data guy, but I'm also like the people person, the relationship person. And sometimes while that can be measurable, it's very difficult. And so just the expressing how you feel can be hard, but worth it and fun.
So if this is something you relate to at all, if it's a problem that you either see or might maybe possibly have in your business, we'd love for you to reach out to us. We've got a website up at trepcouple.com. That's TREP. It's short for entrepreneur because I can't spell that word. Trepcouple.com. And our emails are russell@trepcouple.com and sarah@trepcouple.com. And the Russell is with 2 S's and 2 L's.
It's funny because entrepreneur is the only word I can spell. You can't spell it. It's the only one. I'm always like, how do you spell decent? But I can spell entrepreneur. I don't know. So, but it's trepcouple.com, and don't feel discouraged. I know it's like a scary, awkward, not fun thing to talk about, but man, I wish somebody was looking down on us back when we started saying, kids, do it this way. Please look maybe into this, or and so we've been there, we've done that, we got the t-shirt, and we would love to help businesses, partnerships, get healthier, get more skills, and thrive.
Yeah, and make money, make more money.
That's what
Bottom
I meant.
line.
So yeah, trepcouple.com. And you can just email us. We do read our emails. We are cool like that. And we would love to hear about your situation and how we can help. So Sarah@trepcouple.com, Russell@trepcouple.com. And I'm sure there will be links attached to this video somewhere. So
thank you.
Thank you. Bye.